Hello everyone, today's video is centered on knowledge as the key to every successful marriage. Please before we begin, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so as not to miss other interesting videos. A successful marriage has little to do with love. Love does not guarantee success in marriage. Love is very important for happiness in marriage, but by itself it cannot make a marriage work. A successful marriage depends on knowledge. The main thing that makes a marriage work is knowledge. As a matter of fact, the only thing that makes anything work is knowledge. Success depends on how much we know about something, not how we feel about it. Most married people love and feel good about each other, but many do not know how to communicate effectively or relate well to each other. There is a huge difference between recognizing feelings and knowing how to deal with conflict. Some people define intelligence as the ability to solve complex problems. More accurately, intelligence is the ability to face reality and deal with problems while maintaining one's sanity. Dealing with problems is not necessarily the same as solving them. Some problems can't be solved. An intelligent person is someone who can maintain his stability and sense of self-worth under any circumstances, evaluate the situation, deal effectively with the problem, and come out intact on the other side. There is a great need today for intelligence and knowledge regarding marriage to offset widespread ignorance on the subject. Even the Christian Church, which should be the voice of authority on the subject of marriage, is suffering because many believers, including leaders, are biblically illiterate where marriage and the family are concerned. In this day when all the old values are being challenged left and right, both within and without the church, many people are confused, uncertain of what to believe anymore. The root cause of this confusion is lack of knowledge. Knowledge is critical for success and survival in anything. In Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 God says, "My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge." My people refers to the children of God. Even Christians need knowledge. The greatest knowledge of all is to know God. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline." Emphasis added. It doesn't matter how often we come to church or how often we worship the Lord, without knowledge, we have no guarantee of success. One of the things that really bothered me as a young Christian was hearing about so many other Christians getting divorced. If followers of Christ were failing in their marriages, what hope was there for anybody else? Here were people who supposedly were filled with the Holy Spirit, who supposedly knew the Holy God, and yet they couldn't seem to live together and get along. If that was true, we might as well forget the whole thing. It took me a little while to learn that success in marriage depends on more than just being saved. It takes more than just being in love. Being a believer and being in love are both important in marriage, but they carry no automatic guarantee of marital success. We need knowledge of biblical principles, the design parameters that God Himself established. Biblical principles never change. The principles for a successful marriage and family that God gave Adam and Eve still work today. They are universally applicable in every age and in every culture. Trouble comes when we violate or ignore those principles. Ultimately, marriage will not survive on love alone, or on feelings. By itself, just being born again is not enough to guarantee success. A successful marriage hinges on knowledge, knowing and understanding God's principles. God designed marriage for success, and only His counsel can make it successful. Marriage is honorable. God instituted marriage, and He alone has the right to dictate its terms. The institution of marriage is subject to the rules, regulations, and conditions that God has set down, and He has revealed them in His Word. God designed marriage for success, and only His counsel can make it successful. No one is better at making something work than the person who designed it. It would be a mistake to use Toyota parts to repair your Ford automobile. Toyota parts are designed for Toyotas, not Fords. Instead, you should take your Ford automobile to a licensed Ford service dealer. No one knows Ford cars better than the Ford Motor Company. Would you take your Mercedes-Benz to a Ford dealer for repairs? No, if you're smart. Only a Mercedes dealer could guarantee to repair it properly. Guaranteed success means using the right serviceman. It means referring back to the designer. Marriage is the same way. Success in marriage means using the right serviceman or authorized dealer, referring back to the designer for guidance. No one knows a product like the manufacturer. No one understands marriage better than God does. He created it, He established it, He ordained it, and He blesses it. Only He can make it work. Marriage is honorable because it is of divine rather than human origin. If we want our marriage to be honorable and successful, we must know, understand, and follow the principles that God has set out in His manual, the Bible. That is the only sure corrective for the ignorance and misinformation that characterizes so much of the world's view of marriage. Hope you learned a lot from this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so as not to miss other interesting videos. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.